I decided to get into clinical research as I was seeing more and more studies come across that were more clinically relevant. Meaning I like the studies that are going to show me something that I can see with my patients. I'm not very good at animal studies or at just scientific studies. I really need the clinical perspective of it. So that's why I started getting involved in it.
Well, first I was asked to be involved in clinical research, and it hadn't been something that I had really considered doing. But I felt that I was asked to do it, and as a team player, I always try to do things that will be helpful for patients and our hospital and our community. And I saw it as a good opportunity to be a player in that regard, as far as helping out the hospital and the research center. And when I got into it, I realized that it was much more than that to me. It was really an opportunity to somewhat expand my horizons. It pushed me to do something new that I hadn't done before, to learn new things, and provide me with a new intellectual challenge.
Clinical research is so important. There are so many changes and they are so rapid, and in this day and age there are so many medications or devices or procedures that are trying to get through as quick as possible to get people better faster. And what I see is we don't want to use medications or whatever it is that are going to actually hurt somebody. And so I want to be able to know which ones I can safely use in patients and which ones I can't. But the idea of starting new medicines and finding new things, I think, is pretty thrilling.
There's really no better way to assess the response a disease process is going to have in people than to involve people who have the disease process. I think it is probably the best way forward for medicine in general, and as long as we're doing it in a way that is very ethical and helpful to patients, I think it really does push forward our ability to take care of people in the future as well as now. Clinical research has been a wonderful thing for our community in a number of ways. It provides an opportunity for me to expand myself and an opportunity for patients to receive treatments and be involved in their care in a way that would not occur otherwise.
I think that patients benefit from being part of the study in multiple ways. I think that they pay more attention to themselves because they know that other people are also paying attention to themselves. And I think that they are more prone to taking their medications and really fulfilling everything that they know that they should be doing anyway. And I think obviously it also leads to new discoveries and hopefully new treatments that will help them and their families in the future.
Patients seem to really enjoy being in clinical trials. Clearly, they're going to get good medical care whether they're in a clinical trial or not. But within the clinical trial, I think it gives them a feeling of purpose in their disease, a feeling that they are being proactive in defeating a disease process that affects them and many others. It gives them a feeling of more control over their disease than they might have otherwise. So I think psychologically it's great for patients. And then there are those patients who really, because of the cost of medications and such, wouldn't be able to afford the treatments, and through clinical research they are able to get treatments that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get because of economics.
The best part about working in clinical research by and far are the people that I get to work with. I have met some really interesting and really intelligent people, and I feel like we really make a team, and that they are great with the patients, and that they're great with me, and my patients are happy, which makes me happy. So really, it's the people that I work with.
There is no doubt it's the people. I enjoy coming here. Everybody is friendly when I'm here. People have a heart for the patients. I feel like it's a very good organization to be a part of, and it's really helped me to grow personally. Well, there are many exciting things that happen, but one that comes to mind is a young lady came for a migraine trial, and she was in her teenage years, and she was considered to be perfectly healthy other than having migraine. Well, whenever we started doing the study, of course, we drew some labs that were abnormal, and through those labs, we started investigating what could be wrong with this particular person. And I asked her a number of questions, and her family a number of questions with regard to the symptoms she might having, and as it turned out, she had been very intolerant of exercise all of her life, and her whole family were, you know, they were hikers and active people, but she could never keep up. Well, one thing led to another, and we were able to diagnose her as having a very rare neuromuscular disorder, and that's made a big difference for her in knowing what to expect out of her life, and how to get appropriate evaluation and treatment for that particular problem. So the patient benefited in that regard, as well as with regard to the migraines that she was having.